And good morning. I sit here waiting for 5:55 to arrive so I can start today's video. Today's title is Ninth Wave, What We Just Don't Know Yet. How will it happen, Ron? Not only do others ask me that question, it is also one I keep asking myself. How will the really big shift in human consciousness occur? One that will start bringing about the necessary changes that will noticeably affect our lives. When will we finally be able to see that we really are in a new paradigm? Will it happen as quickly as we'd like? Or will it be a long drawn-out affair? Can you feel the frustration and the anticipation? I can. With all the Occupy movements going on across the United States and around the world, with all the focusing of attention on October the 28th, with all of the awareness that we are not alone in the universe, there still remains the majority of people, even within the Occupy movement, that do not grasp, cannot understand how things can change quickly. As I talked to people last night at the march in Cocoa Village in the Occupy Space Coast group, and then attended the assembly meeting following, I got to talk to several people through the course of the late afternoon evening, and I realized that even the people that are waking up still do not have a clear picture of the spiritual significance of what possibly would happen. And then I got a lengthy email or comment from Michael Erickson, whom I mentioned a couple of days ago, and he's still convinced that what I see and what many of us see as the plan, to him, is just a plan of darkness. He does not see it, cannot comprehend it as a plan of light, because the church, the Christian church, has so brainwashed people about New Age things, and they see it all as satanic and Luciferian and dark and evil and not good. And so you have this clash of ideas going on even within people like Michael Erickson and many, many others who seriously want changes, who seriously recognize the problems, and we're all in agreement that we have to get money out of politics. We're all in agreement that the banking cartel that has run the world has to be changed. We're all in agreement that corporations have to be demoted from being people, from being persons, back to being corporations, fictional entities that they are. We all are in agreement that the government has lied to us, and that our culture has not been a culture of truth, but a culture of lies. We're in agreement on many, many things. But the how can it possibly change? This is the only reality we've ever known for generation after generation. And it's gotten worse, Ron, not better. Can't you see that it's gotten worse? Oh, of course I can. Of course I can. And why has it gotten worse? Part of it is because the dark knows their time is up. Partly because the lights are coming on in more and more people around the planet. Partly because it's our destiny. This is the time that we've awaited for. Will something significant happen in the next 2 days? I mean, October 28th is only 2 days away. That's it, just 2 days. What will happen? I don't know. I wish I did. Don't think I have not been asking. Don't think I've not been seeking for some clue, some answer. I mean, I continue to read messages and to hear messages that uplift me, messages that I resonate deeply with. I still continue those things that I've been continuing for a long time, but I still don't have the clear answer that I'd like. The event that I can point to and say, that's it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Because, see, we don't know. It's a cosmic chess game, as I've indicated many times in the past, that's being played out on levels that most of us are not privy to. We cannot see them. There are people that leak information to David Wilcock and others, and we don't even know if all of that information is 100% accurate. We don't know. We don't know if Benjamin Fulford's revelations are what's really going on. I believe some of it is true. I believe other parts of it are disinformation. And it's not because anybody is trying to lie. I mean, I fully am confident in the integrity of David Wilcock and Benjamin Fulford and some of the channelers, Sheldon Neidl and Mike Quincy and John Smallman, and even Susie Ward, and some of the people that have been trying to awaken us. I won't mention it because I forgot his name. Anyway, there's so much happening that we can't see yet, and we're not supposed to see it. If we were supposed to see it, we'd see it. I mean, yesterday I did a lot of things yesterday that I've been putting off. Number one, I actually got my old computer working. I got Windows working on the old computer, and I've started reloading programs, and I've recovered, not all, but I think most of my old files, which is amazing. I don't know yet if I've been able to recover all of the old emails and all my address book and everything else that was lost, but I'm still working on it, and it may take me a few more days before I'm able to get that computer up and running and be able to do the videos on it. But I made tremendous progress yesterday, and it was the first day in over a month probably that I actually even attempted to work on it. And I also looked at the paper that I got from the appeal court, in which an opinion was filed on October 18th, and the 3 judges on the appeal court concurred with whatever the opinion was. But do you think they told me what the opinion was? Do you think that they've put it in their files? No, all they put in their files is the same thing that they sent me, which is just simply a 1-page notice that an opinion was filed, and they have it stamped on there that it will become final unless I file a motion within 15 days, and which I'm going to do, of course. But see, these games keep playing. People keep losing their homes. People keep going bankrupt. People keep having the threat hang over their heads. Me too. I'm not the only one, and you're not the only one that's having these things happen. These things are happening, and we want to change. We want to know that the Republic is really going to be reestablished in the United States and recognized and talked about on the mainstream media so that everybody knows about it, so that everybody can understand. Last night I stood up at the assembly group, and I said what I'm going to say to each of you. It's so critically important to educate yourself. To educate yourself. Because nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. What are your priorities? Are your priorities learning about what's happening and going on? I hope so. I encouraged people to watch the videos, Money as Debt, and I actually sent a link to the Occupy Space Coast movement so that they can see that 47-minute video. There's lots of videos out there that will educate you. You need to be educated as to what citizens' grand juries are in the United States. That's not the executive, legislative, or judicial branch. It's the people's voice that oversees the government, but it's been taken away. It's been stripped down over the years so that it's not what it was intended to be in the very beginning, even when it was established way back in Great Britain, in England, under the time of the Magna Carta. That's when citizens' grand juries originated. But most people don't know that. Most people don't know that citizens' grand juries can actually judge the law. And most of the laws that are on the books that have been instituted by and for the corporations and the bankers, most of those laws are unconstitutional. They do not serve the people. They were never intended to serve the people. Do we know that? Some of us do. Many people still don't. We need to educate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves in the United States about the Supreme Court's understanding that states' rights and individual rights are inviolate. That means there's no rule that can be made by Congress or legislative branch that can take those rights away from us. They are unalienable, unalienable. They are our rights. They are our natural, God-given rights. And it's true not just in the United States, it's true around the world, because these are human rights. And they're the Charter for the United Nations gives a whole list of human rights. And they know. Are these organizations taken over by dark forces? Certainly the dark forces have indicated and infiltrated everything. They may be infiltrating, and no doubt are, the Occupy movements across the globe. Why? Because they want to direct things in a certain way. What will shift all of this? Will it shift by Friday? Will there be any significant shift by Friday, or will it take a couple more weeks and get done by 11/11? I don't know the answer to either of those questions. I just don't know. I wish I did. I wish I had a crystal ball that I could look in and see exactly what's happening. And there are gifted people that do seem to have crystal balls. Some of them that claim to have the crystal ball I resonate with, some that I don't. It's okay. It's okay. I do know that change is coming. Actually, change is already here. It's obvious that people are waking up. That's a given. It's happening all over the planet. We know it, we see it, and we also see the confusion that even those that are waking up still demonstrate. They still make it known that we don't know what we just don't know yet is the question that we all have on our hearts and minds. And it does create frustration not knowing. And yet there's an anticipation, something that's pulling us forward and saying, you ain't seen anything yet, baby. It's coming, folks. The change is coming. And the indicators of change are already here for everyone that looks to see. I want to encourage you to keep the faith that God does have a plan for humanity. That is a beautiful plan. And that plan is the highest plan, and nobody can stop it. No power of darkness, no state of apathy in those that are still apathetic. Nothing can stop it. Because its time is here upon us. We are in that time right now. It is a window, not a specific day or date. It is a window of opportunity. And we're in that window right now. We're at that threshold to new beginnings right now, today. I leave you with these thoughts, and I bless you. Namaste. Thank you for listening.